Greetings everyone, I hope you are well. My name is Nick and we're going to be looking at a Spectrum game, big surprise there as this thing loads. It's New York Warriors, published by Virgin Games in 1990. Game also came out in the Amstrad CPC and reviewed it already on the Commodore Amiga. Now while it was okay on the Commodore Amiga, it's like a run and gun, it wasn't the best example in the world and it was a bit public domainy, but it did have some fun elements in it, so I'm hoping this carries over to this. It's a run and gun, little bit monochrome I think from screenshots I've seen. But it's a maze, you must fight lots of enemies going over different terrain. So there's only one player here, but I'm going to put in my keys because I can't get the joystick to work. There's a bit of loading, which I'll edit out, so I have to be a little bit clever there. And we'll see how far we get on this one. So a number of levels, let's see how it plays. So monochrome, there I am down the bottom. Doesn't look good so far. It's ghostly quiet. There doesn't seem to be any sounds here at all. Two guys firing dead straight there. Guy running as fast as the bullets. This is looking pretty hopeless so far. Oh, there's a flag there. Right, now first of all, I think we need to find a bridge somewhere. If you had this one, oh god, if you had this one back in the day, let me know. The Amiga version was pretty tricky. I expect this one would be as well. And it's harder to see stuff when everything's the same colour. That is a bright green. I think this game could be a bit flawed here. A man just firing constantly, either vertically or horizontally, and I've died again. I do have a poke for infinite lives if we don't get very far, and I think we're going to have to use that. My favourite run and gun on the ZX Spectrum is Commando, so I have to compare all of the ones to that. Dogs of War wasn't too bad either. This one looks pretty hopeless so far. Look at those bullets going across. I'm lost. There's some sort of Rambo guy. This is terrible. Anyway, when he gets shot, he explodes, and that's game over, is it? It's game over. Well, we'll persevere with it. We'll have a few more goes, but at the moment, I can't see anything well worthwhile tracking it down at all. New York Warriors. It's supposed to be an apocalyptic New York, I think. Some gang own a nuclear missile or something, and we must restore justice. See if we can get around this person normally. A lot of different graphics of the 8 directions. I suppose that's one positive. I do like his legs going backward and forward as he runs along. But it's just too darn difficult. And it just looks so rubbish. Okay, maybe you should just keep running and don't... Yeah, that's it. Just keep running and don't get involved with everyone. That might be the way forward. Now, as a kid, would I come back to this game? No, I wouldn't, because A, it's too difficult, B, it doesn't look very good, C, there's no sound, and D, what can we have as a D? It's rubbish. Let's just have D for rubbish. Now, the playability isn't great, is it, as they got shot by that bloke on the bench. Right, we'll put in a poke for infinite live to see if we can get any more fun out of it, but I'm seriously doubting it. We try and review as many games as we possibly can going forward. I jokingly say I want to review every Spectrum game ever, but I doubt that'll happen. So you're going to come up with good games, mediocre games, and the odd stinker. And there are quite a lot of stinkers. But admittedly, as that rat runs across, I was hoping this would be quite a bit better than this. These gameplay review type things are always my first go, so if you owned this back in the day, you might come at it with a bit more nostalgia and get a bit more fun out of it than I am, because you'll get a bit more of a retro buzz. Here I'm just seeing it as deeply flawed game. Much better examples, Mercs as well, and I mean look at that guy. The computer's firing the wrong way. I'm making loads of noise behind him. Let's just leave him behind. Bloke on a bench kills me. I don't know who that is. Can we... Right, we've blown him up for any reason. Do not enter. We're looking for a bridge, I think. Then it might load something. The Amiga version, it just... Well, don't take any loading it straight away. 3 lives left. Well, I've got infinite lives left, really. It's not... Alright, I'm through the bridge. It's loading the bridge. Thank God. Right, so... Well, we changed the sight and... Does it get any easier? No, look, there's too many things that can kill you on this. Too many things, and the graphics aren't good at all. They've tried to do look like a cyan border around the character to prevent colour clash, but you know it was monochrome anyway. There's a Powerup Weapon. Maybe, right, that might make it a bit easier. We can fire 3 things at the same time. Although looking at the bullets on the left there in the display, that looks like we're limited. But I'll fire anyway because it's too ridiculously bad. This is a bad game. I don't know if there's a 128k version that adds some music which may be attempted to rescue it. It's no fun at all, no redeeming features. As a kid, and even now, there's no real incentive to try and go further than it. Even now I'm strongly trying to resist the urge to turn the thing off. I think I've only been playing it about 5 minutes or so, which is 5 minutes too many, I think. But anyway, we'll persevere with it just to see if any of the other stages do get a little bit better than the rubbish show we've had so far. Doesn't animate too well, it's flashing a little bit as you go forward. I'm struggling to try and find some good elements to it. I suppose that gun icon with the shadow behind it to pick up improved weapons is a bit better, but there's just no fanfare on the thing at all. Weak game. Yes, I don't think many of you are going to track this down after watching this gameplay review type thing of it, but I might be wrong. If you do track it down, let me know what great fun out of 10 did you have? If you say 10, well, there's obviously something I'm not getting here. We'll go around this guy who's got a funny little hat on, like he's got from a fancy dress shop. He's not really looking at me, he's just firing down, as most of the people in this are. It's a bit like a shoot 'em up you might create for yourself on a shoot 'em up creation kit as we try and blast this tank, and then realise you've made it in your overzealousness to make a great game. You've made it way too difficult with too many things firing at you. Then you have to go back and take half the things out. But in this instance, they haven't taken any of the things out, and then you've got an unplayable mess. As I stand on this tank shooting it, die tank, and explodes, and the guy next to it doesn't react at all and then shoots me. Well, he's as cool as a cucumber. I wish the game was, but it's not cool as a cucumber, is it? It's as cool as the sun, which is not very cool at all. I don't know if you ever sat on the sun, but you'd get burnt if you stayed there for, let's say, half an hour or so. So it's just all about really seeing what the next level looks like now. That's the only interest I've got in this, because the gameplay is going to stay roughly the same. I'm going to die every 6 or 7 seconds. No doubt it's going to do a bit of loading. Is this the end bit? Right, loading. Edit, Nick, edit. Level 3. Is it green? I suppose it is green. It doesn't look like the normal bright green. Perhaps they've done some clever magic there. And again, we're firing constant balls left and right as these guys go across. Look at that mess. Yeah. Kaboom, kabow. There's probably some tactics I'm not getting, more than likely. As we go around these tyres, trying to get around all these ninjas. Do have a look at the Amiga version that I had reviewed. As I say, not a perfect game, but heaps and heaps better than this. Now, this is a bit where it's going to try and do perspective with these houses. Does it work? No. Doesn't work at all, does it? But well done for trying. Yeah, see, look, that's a constant stream there. If we can get around that. I don't quite know where I'm going. Glances at the clock. Is it long enough for a review yet? That's how bad the thing is. Probably not. Oh god, I try and make these reviews round about 10 minutes, but quite often they end up longer than that because I'm enjoying the game too much. This is not going to happen here, I don't think, unless I go off into one. Right, round here, that's some sort of post box. Don't know what that sign says. Yes, bazooka everyone, don't get shot yourself. Reload it, play Commando by Elite instead. This is 1990, I remind you. So this is near the end of the Spectrum's run. So to get a game which people notice that to be absolutely fantastically brilliant, this one's not fantastically brilliant. It's fantastically annoying, and it probably, back in the day, if a kid was thinking about upgrading to 16-bit technology, this might be the game that made them think, yeah, I've got to get out of here. This is getting too bad for me. Running backwards, that's a good trick. Nice little hat on, hide behind there, shoot the ninjas. I think they just keep regenerating these boys, but they keep coming out of that house anyway. Yeah, how would you improve this game? It looks like it could be a good game. It's just some elements just not working. Well, let's face it, there's a lot of elements not working. I mean, looks like it's coded okay. I think it's the difficulty level maybe. Chuck down the difficulty, get rid of a few other guys on screen. Maybe put a few sounds in there, and I think you maybe got something. But with no sounds at all, I don't know whether it's just my version's got no sounds, and because it is being emulated. Maybe you play it on a real computer, maybe there's something, but it's very rare to have no sound whatsoever. So I'm hoping that's basically what's happened. Fill me in with the details. But it desperately needs something, music or whatever. What's that? Let's shoot it. That might be something. Right, there's a guy trying to shoot at me on the side, but he's got no chance because he's well, he fired diagonally, didn't he? So this looks like, look at this. If this is an end of level boss, that's just too peasily. So why make the game so difficult and then have an end of level boss like that? That makes no sense whatsoever. They've got this hell run. Back to Cyan. We're fighting guys with baseball caps on, or are they jockeys from the Grand National? Annoyed that there was no Grand National this year because of coronavirus. We've got to get out of here, haven't we? If this is the future of New York, I'm not going. We'll park it up here. So hope you liked having a look at that one. I sure didn't. It's a hideous game. Nothing good I can say about it whatsoever, which is rare for me because I tend to talk the games up. But that was New York Warriors on the ZX Spectrum 48K, published by Virgin Games in 1990. What's going on here as I leave it just to run? Look. Perhaps I should have done that from the start. Absolutely stupid game. So anyway, you've heard what I feel about it. Got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself and are very fond. Goodbye.
Goodbye.